All you see as is worthless drugs.
I never, those are your words,
I am not
my words.
It's not my fault.
This is my son Brandon, high on drugs. So I called Dr. Phil McGraw and we did TV's first intervention.
Are you willing to go and get the help?
I'm refusing all this. Can I go now?
So deep in the grips of addiction, my son ultimately hit rock bottom. After jail, rehab, and recovery, Brandon and I have made interventions.
Hey, it's Debbie.
The family business.
We have a company and it's called VIP, Vital Intervention Professionals.
Now we take you inside the world of drug interventions.
Matt?
From the addict.
Hey, can we talk to you, please?
You tell me to calm down.
To the families.
You need this!
I miss her.
I can't let you die.
We're a mother and son who will do whatever's necessary
Pick up the phone. We're calling the police.
to get our clients into treatment.
You care about her at all?
Tell me.
This is
Oh my God, are you serious?
It was just a decade ago that we were a family struggling.
I'm proud of that, Mom. I can't help it.
Rock bottom for Brandon and for me was when he was incarcerated and I learned that he was shooting heroin.
In jail, I realized that family is really the only thing that matters in life.
Part of our healing process was to be able to give back to others,
All we wanted you to do is sit down and listen to what we have to say.
to be able to lead other families in the direction of recovery.
Get off of me!
No!
Get off of me!
Shut up!
Okay. Call 911.
Brandon has an ability to connect with the person that's struggling in a way that I can't.
I've been where you're at.
No, you haven't. I don't care about your life and your sad sob story. I don't even want you here.
Just take a breath, calm down. I understand this is a shock.
We do this because we work so great as a team.
Jamie, my name's Debbie. I'm a counselor and a nurse. This is my son Brandon. He has been where you are.
I kind of quarterback the whole intervention process because I know what the addict's thinking.
I know, I totally deceived her.
And my mom works with the family that are going through the same thing she went through with me.
You're dying, you know that?
No, I'm not.
Let me see your arms. Look at your arms. You see the bruises?
My philosophy is we do whatever it takes. If we get someone in the room, they're not leaving. Because if they do, the disease wins and they die.
VIP Recovery, how can I help you?
My name is Joe Kay. I've got a 22-year-old daughter. Her name is Angelica. She was arrested for possession of heroin. I haven't seen her for about 2 weeks now, and I'm just scared to death because she's pregnant.
I knew it was an urgent case. We had to move forward quickly. As a labor and delivery nurse, it made me sick to my stomach, thinking that she's putting drugs into the brain of this child.
Looking at these two pictures of scars on her face are indicative of methamphetamine abuse.
Like she doesn't care almost, you know?
Joe, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this girl back for you. This is it.
We've got to assess Angelica's family, where they are, to allow the healing process to begin.
This is basically the family here. This is Angelica, one that needs the help right now.
Everybody looks so happy in this photo.
Well, it was a very happy time, and all that's changed.
So this is Angelica when she was a baby.
She'd light up the room.
It says, I love my dad because he works so hard, he takes care of me, he makes me laugh, and he loves me.
Her and my dad had a really good relationship, really strong.
Yay!
I just miss those times. I miss her. I miss her a lot.
Growing up, Angelica and I were best friends. She was like my mom, really. I felt a closer bond with her than anyone in my family. We got matching tattoos that say sister love in Italian. When I look down at it, it makes me remember the times and how close we were and how much I just miss being her best friend.
After meeting the entire family, it's really important for Brandon and I to split up and talk to each family member individually.
We can just talk and go over all the stuff you have.
We're going to be able to work side by side with them to figure out what the solution is for this young girl. To go from here to where you are today,
It's just the family has fallen apart.
She said, Dad, I want to become a nurse. Junior year, she was broke all the time and going, what's going on with this?
Was she constantly asking you for money, starting to ask you for money more and more at this time?
Yeah.
In February, I opened up a letter. It stated that she withdrew from the nursing program.
This isn't possible. This is not right. You know, this was her last semester in college.
About to get a degree.
Yeah.
you never connected drug abuse with her decline.
I did not.
You're the nurse.
I know. I'm in denial.
The worst thing about it, I found out that she was doing drugs. Someone said one of Natalie's friends, her sister, said they saw her walking on the street with a trash bag in her hand and looked like crap.
What's going on with Angelica today?
She's with this guy named Matt.
She's pregnant.
She's about 5 months.
About 5 months pregnant.
I have not seen her. This Tuesday will be 7 weeks.
This is Matt here? This is the guy?
That's the dude.
He's an old man.
So I get in touch with Matt's father, Ken. He says, I know who your daughter is. They're doing drugs together, Joe. That's what he told me. And he says, by the way, he's got a son right now. And he says, guess who takes care of that kid? Me.
Angelica needs her mom.
I understand this from Angelica.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading that out for us?
Yeah, it just says, Happy late Father's Day. Daddy, she always calls me Daddy. I know it's past Father's Day, but it took me a little longer to think about everything I wanted to say to you. This letter. Sorry. First off, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Your mom and both done everything you possibly could. I can't tell you how lucky I am and how blessed I feel to have such a loving and caring, selfless dad like you. I love you very much, Angelica. That was a nice letter she wrote.
Just last year.
Yeah.
When was the last time anyone had contact with her?
My dad, myself, and Brian took her to the train station in LA. I had recorded conversations that we had. And yeah, I'll play part of the conversation for you right now.
But I'm starting to show and everything, so. Like, I don't know, I've been getting sick a lot lately. My feet swell up to like elephants.
So did they go to the San Francisco area from here?
Yeah, they went up to Northern California. You know, I got an impound letter on the truck. And this lady deputy said, your daughter's been arrested. I said, for what? And she said, for possession of heroin.
Shooting heroin, the same drug that was my favorite. That was the class of drug that really grabbed me and took me and destroyed my life.
Is any of that true? I've got to know.
No, actually none of it. They found underneath a seat was an old thing full of water. Apparently they tested it and there was heroin in it, but it was so old I didn't even know that we had it. So they're even debating if the case is in
All right, let me go ahead and stop it there. This is what I hear. I hear nothing but lie after lie. Another thing that really, really concerns me is the fact that her feet are swelling up. Girls, a lot of times, because they want to avoid track marks in their arms and legs, they'll shoot up in their feet. I think this problem's a lot worse than any of us have realized. And the only way we're going to find out is by doing this intervention.
I have so much anger because I feel like she's doing this to hurt me.
I'm just angry.
It's okay to be angry.
She just lies about everything. She's just so mean, like to you guys, you know?
It's not her. And that's what we have to keep in mind. This isn't her.
Why doesn't she just want to be here? I don't get it.
It makes me depressed. It makes me really depressed. I don't even think of her as my sister anymore.
Have a seat.
Okay.
We don't have a choice here. We have to take the intervention to her. We know that Joe has a relationship with Angelica's boyfriend, Matt's father, Ken. So we're gonna go ahead to Northern California. What I need to know is you're willing to go to Northern California?
Yep.
Yes?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. I don't understand why we're doing all this for her when she doesn't give a about us. At this point, I don't care about her. I want to live my life. I don't care if she's in it or not. I just don't care.
Angelica and Natalie are best friends. Without Natalie, we could lose this whole intervention. Coming up.
Oh my gosh, what the f?
Angelica's intervention without Natalie. Angelica is still resisting treatment. We needed help from the one family member that wasn't there. And later, a meth-addicted mother of 2.
Where the hell have y'all been all this time?
I have a daughter. She's pregnant. She's homeless. She's with a drug dealer. And it just makes me angry.
Every case that we work on, we look at it as if this were my own daughter, my own son, because when we jump into a family system, we are part of that system as long as we're there.
We're sick of waiting. We're going to do this up there where Angelica is. We need to move forward. They're homeless, so they're gonna, steal, rob, do whatever they can, and they're trying to figure out how to get money, get dope, get a place to stay, and that's their constant daily routine. We're gonna see if we can maybe get an eyeball on them. We'll see. Maybe figure out where they're at and find them. We've been out looking for a while now. Sun's starting to go down, so they might be hanging out outside now.
Hey, wait a minute, you guys.
Park bench. See something?
Yeah, can you go back there? Because the guy with the sweatshirt on there next to her, that looks like it might have been him. That looks like Angelica too.
Yeah, see from there?
The shorts he's got on. Yeah, he's got the that's Angelica's got the tank top, and I think that could be him. There's a guy following him right now. Oh, I'm wrong. Huh, that looked just like him, but shoot.
We went everywhere. We went to the malls, the coffee shops, the places where she stole from. No luck in finding her. Now we have to go to Matt's dad's house.
The most important thing right now is to get Matt and Angelica here, all right? What would you suggest is the best plan to get them here so we can present the solution to their lives?
To call Angelica and Matt and say he's going to see his son. He hasn't seen him in a long time.
When we got to Matt's house, his sister Julie was there, and I knew she was the ace.
He's not allowed to see his son Kenny if he is using, and we know that he is still using, and he chooses that over his son. It's really hard.
We just love Matt. We don't know him anymore. It's not him.
I think the hardest part was the night he came to our window and we wouldn't let him in the house to turn your son away. And he went down the street and slept in a car. It was really hard.
Matt has a warm, loving, caring family that is hurting just like Angelica's family. They need our help.
It's okay to show that emotion. He needs to see that from you, He's got to see how much pain he's caused you. Because he'll...
He doesn't know, does he?
No. That's why we're here and doing this.
Because Angelica is pregnant, these two are so connected. There's no way that we can split them. We have never done 2 families at the same time in the same household. I don't know if this is going to work. The morning of the intervention, there was huge anxiety because there was no guarantee that they would show up.
I called Matt and they said it's a go to come and see Kenny today. So I'm gonna call right now and see where they're at so I can go pick them up. Let's just hope that they answer.
Hey, what's up, Julie?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Where are you guys at?
We're in Pleasant Hill.
Okay, cool. Okay, bye.
Interventions are unpredictable, but we have figured out a plan that we feel confident will work. First thing we want to do is introduce you to our security. This is Raleigh Larry. He's here to keep everybody safe.
You scared at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. She needs this right now. She's walking the streets, you know, doing drugs.
Just trying, you know, calm, breathe, relax. You know, we still got a little time. It's gonna be difficult. Let your emotions show.
Let go of the fact that your daughter's not here. That's her decision, not yours.
Absolutely.
Okay? Natalie has moved on with her life. We are moving forward to help Angelica. Two amazing families, amazing families. You guys can do this. 2 people will be in treatment before the sun goes down today.
Okay, all right.
Everybody, let's get to your places.
It's clean. The chairs moved back, it's clean.
Oh my God.
Grandma be making the kids totally clean and stuff.
She didn't used to?
Hey.
What the hell is this?
Sorry to scare you guys. First of all, I'm Brandon.
Okay.
You guys,
I know who you guys are.
Yeah, I know you don't know who I am. That's why I'm trying to introduce myself. Can I introduce myself?
Come on, let's go.
Matt, can I introduce?
No.
Angelica, can we talk to you, please?
Matt, just wait.
Angelica.
Just wait. Just listen.
Angelica,
Just
can
hear
we
him
please
out,
talk
please.
to
Hear
you?
him out. Talk to Brandon.
What?
You'll see why if you come and listen. There's some people that want to talk to you.
Just listen, please.
Okay, we just gotta be strong.
I love you guys more than you know, more than you think.
Will you guys sit down and just... will you guys... There's some people that really want to talk to you. They're worried about a few things. Can we just talk?
Oh my God.
All we're asking...
Are you Angelica?
Yes.
My name's Debbie.
Okay.
There are some people here that love you that have contacted us, and there's a few things they'd like to say to you.
You'll understand why here in a second.
I
Just
already
give us-
understand why.
Give us a chance to
I
explain.
already understand why. I'm not stupid.
Why do you think we're here?
I already know why you're here.
Why? Tell me.
Look, she's the tough one. Look at her.
You care about her at all? Huh?
You don't even know us.
Angelica, why are we here?
Just go on with it. Let's get this over with.
I know. I mean, let's carry this on. Like, let's go.
All right, let's go. You guys, come on in.
Hey guys, come on in.
Okay.
We're gonna explain what's going on.
Oh my gosh, what the
Who?
Coming up. Do you know what meth does to an unborn child, or heroin, or any form of opiate? And later.
I have to sit back and watch my daughter be in a house where they are smoking methamphetamine.
You guys, come on in.
Oh my gosh, what the
Who?
Oh wow.
Y'all, come on in.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
I know this is overwhelming. All we're gonna ask is that you sit and listen to what your family has to say without interrupting, and then at the end you'll have a chance to say whatever you want, respond, and that'll be it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have your mother start. Go ahead.
Angelica, I have seen you go from a bright, organized college student to a codependent, selfish, and greedy thief. I feel brokenhearted that you have torn apart our family. I feel embarrassed every day I go to work on a mother-baby unit knowing that my first grandchild is going to be born addicted. Angelica, if you are not willing to take part in this recovery process today, I will contact Child Protective Services and report that you are pregnant using illegal drugs with no prenatal care.
Angelica, I feel sad that I've lost one of my biggest idols in my life due to your selfishness. Especially in times when I felt that I needed you the most.
Angelica, I've watched you, my first daughter, Daddy's girl, was very beautiful, talented, educated, throw her life and all opportunities down the drain, the life of drugs. I want my daddy's girl back. Love you.
Where is it? It doesn't really matter as long as you get better where it's at.
Yeah, well, there are places close that you can get better.
But that might not be the best thing for you to be right in the same town as a place where you're getting your drugs. We're trying to get you the best help in the world.
Angelica has heard from everyone in the room and is still resisting treatment. We needed help from the one family member that wasn't there.
Natalie, your sister has something she would like to say.
4 years ago, we got matching tattoos, and those mean more to me now than they did when we got them. I love you so much, but you cannot allow your innocent child, my niece or nephew, to be a victim of your addiction. You need to get better. You have to stop lying to us and lying to yourself and telling us that everything is okay when it's clearly not. I want you back. The world needs your smile. I love you, Joe.
Do you know what meth does to an unborn child, or heroin, or any form of opiate?
Do you care about your unborn child? You want to have a healthy baby?
Of course I do.
So why do you think you continue doing these drugs?
It's called selfishness.
It's called addiction. I've been there, I've done, I was shooting up black tar heroin, I was doing pills, I've been in, I did 6 months in jail. I've been there and done that. And I know that you don't think about your family when you're not here, when we're out on the street. This is a family disease. It affects the whole family.
Angelica, are you willing to accept the help that your family is offering you today?
Sure. I love you guys. You all know that.
I see like normal people on the street waking up early in their business suits, and I'm sitting there like just feeling like, and I just want a normal life. I want to be clean. It's just, it's better, we need to get clean.
Matt, we'll go ahead and move forward in your intervention.
Matt, I've seen your behaviors affect your life in the following ways. I've watched you sit on the curb in front of Mom and Dad's house because you had nowhere to go and weren't allowed inside due to your drug use. I am so devastated to think you may never see your son graduate or get married. You may not even be alive when your grandchildren are born. I just miss who we used to be and how fun we had. And all those memories are great, but we don't have any new memories. And I don't want it to stop there. I want new memories.
I will encourage you to accept and embrace the help offered you. Always remember, I love you.
Matt, are you willing to accept the help that we're offering you?
I want to get out of this lifestyle. I'm not used to living like this. This isn't how it's been for forever. So I want to get out of this lifestyle too. I just haven't figured out quite how to do it yet, which I know it's really not that hard, but for whatever reason, mainly drug use, it's made it kind of hard, you know. The bottom line is that it may not seem like it, but I do love Angelica so much.
Angelica had no future, and neither did her boyfriend. We need to get one of them out of the state in order to save their lives. We decided to send Angelica to the Rose of Newport Beach. It's a gender-specific facility that specializes in women who are pregnant.
Love you.
We decided to send Matt to Origins Recovery Center, South Padre Island, Texas. I don't care how many interventions I do, I will always feel pain as a reminder of how powerful this disease is.
There she is.
Hi.
Hey, Jelly.
Oh my gosh.
The pretty dress you got on there. Thanks, Kurt.
Hi, Daddy.
Good to see you.
I feel great. I feel really good.
Did you kick in today?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
She looks healthy. She looks like she has a desire to change her life one day at a time.
When the intervention happened, it was a relief. Both for me and Matt, we had been wanting a way out, but we couldn't see it. I always thought I had a drug problem. I have a problem with my thinking. It's a disease of the mind, you know? For my family to see me and see a difference in me, and for me just to see a difference in myself, it's a good feeling. They threw me a surprise baby shower. There's Natalie. Related to. And that's my baby. He kicks me a lot. I'm just happy. I'm really happy. And I don't want to do what I was doing to myself. It's not healthy. It's not safe. It's not fair to you guys. And you don't really realize what you're doing to your family. You guys never give up, you know.
All right, so we're here with Matt and Angelica Stice. We're gonna be interviewing them and to see how it's been after the events on the intervention video. And so we'll start. After Matt and Angelica, after the events on the intervention video, how much time did it take to fix the wreckage of your past life, and what did that all include?
Well, this June 14th, 2020 will be 8 years, so it's taken some time. I know that there was 2.5 years, a year of treatment, and then another year of following up some court stuff, that charges that I had and that she had that we had to take care of. And 2.5 years later, then she moves back out to Northern California with Dominic, our little son that she was pregnant with in the video. So it does take some time.
Yeah, I would say that we're still fixing it. And I think that part of us staying sober has been us persevering through all of that. Because when you get into addiction, you do dig yourself into a huge hole, and you get charges, and you cause wedges in between your family. And in my case, I was kicked out of nursing school. So you get sober and those problems don't just go away, but you have to really just set a goal and then push through it. Don't let anything get you back. And I think it's been 8 years, and I was able to get back into nursing school, and I was able to graduate nursing school, and then I was faced with being on probation in nursing school because of the wreckage of my past. So, there were so many times in this journey that I could have just given up because it looks like, you can't get past it. But I think sobriety is persevering through. And I think that, it's taken us this long, and it's probably going to continue, but yeah.
When did you guys get back together after the videos? It shows you guys were separated. How long did that take to get back together?
So that was that 2.5 years. She ended up moving back with Dominic up here. And at that time, I was interning after treatment, after outpatient. I interned for a whole nother year with the New Life Dream Center. the place I work for now, and I had this desire to work with others, and that's what I wanted to do, but it wasn't an easy path. So she moves back up here with me, not making any money really, and we have to trust God, and she's not back in school yet. And so right around that mark, we were back together though, 2.5 years later.
Mm-hmm. What was the problem? Why did you guys have to go through an intervention? What happened internally here?
Go ahead.
Well, we came to find out that it was selfishness that was the real problem, and it manifested itself in drug addiction. And we liked it. It was fun. We partied. We did the whole club scene, the bar scene, and then we liked that lifestyle. And so it got progressively worse. It's a disease, which I found out now it's a spiritual disease. So it got progressively worse and worse and worse, and I couldn't stop on my own power, and I couldn't understand why, and until I learned later.
And who's this?
This is Harrison. This is our other little baby.
Say hi, Harrison.
Say hi. Say hi.
He's like, to who?
He loves apples.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Awesome.
Go. Yeah, you can go pee. Go ahead.
Right on. And so, so how has God worked in your life then?
He's restored our sanity.
Nice.
I mean, completely restored our sanity. I like even watching the video back, it's like insane the thought pattern that we had and how in such delusion we were. And, you know, growing up, him and I both had heard that God was the answer. Like my mom told me, my dad told me, his mom told him. And I think it took us to reaching that bottom of the barrel, realizing that we had no other option to finally turn to God. And both of us, I would say in my first 2 weeks of getting into treatment, I was just in a complete oblivion, didn't even know really where I was at. And then within my first month, I started hearing God was the answer again. So I'm like, okay, I have to probably explore this. If people keep telling me that God's the answer. So I just asked him one day, I said, God, if you are real, you need to show me. And he showed me right then and there. And I would say almost instantaneously, the scales started to kind of fall from my eyes and I started to see things more clearly. And they didn't allow me and Matt to talk in treatment until until I found out that Dominic was a boy, is when they let us talk. And Matt had told me that as soon as he got onto the phone, he was like, God is real. And I was like, he is. So I think God just started to work on both of us.
So they show Kenny in the video. Can we have an update on Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny is 16 years old. Got that right. He's 16 years old now, and he's been part-time with us and part-time with his mom, and we've got to show him that God's real and that God can change people, and now we're parents to him, and he's with us all the time, and he's getting brought up to know the Bible and getting pointed towards God. Of course, he'll have to make his own choices like everybody, but he's doing good. He plays basketball. He's a sweet guy. He's doing great.
And how about your relationships with your separate families? So Matt first.
So that was a one that took time as well. So of course I was the older drug addict, bad influence by all means, that was what I was. So I had to show over time that I was changed and I was going to be a good loving husband to their daughter, so that you got to give people time. They have to, you have to prove to them that this is going to last and it's something deep and a real change has happened. And so my father-in-law, Joe, he was more so, he's quicker to just, come on board. But my mother-in-law took a while, and now we are actually in a really good spot, right? But we are. It's been great. So even the toughest relationships can be restored, and I had to understand that I caused a lot of damage, and I shouldn't expect people to trust me right away.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of came into it with the same type of attitude as Matt. I moved back into my parents' house right after treatment, and I had a little baby at the time, so I literally like woke up, hung out with the baby all day long. My mom and dad went to work, my brother went to work, and it was just me and the baby. But, you know, I think they started to notice like I was changed, I was different. I wasn't like at the house how I used to be, like just wanting to like get on the phone and call the drug addict and the drug dealer, and like, you know, I wasn't that same person. So I think over time they started to realize like that I was really changed. But then when I decided that I was going to move back with Matt, that was another thing, to where it was like they kind of realized I was changed, but then for me to go to a different place with the same guy that I was in addiction with into a completely different part of California, you know, it was kind of scary. So that was like another time that I had to prove myself, and we had to prove ourselves. So, and then over time they started to see, you know, that we are really changed.
Yeah.
So it just takes time, and it's like Matt said, it's understanding why people feel that way about you. So.
Awesome. And where do you work now?
I work at a skilled nursing facility, and I'm started as a floor nurse after getting on probation in nursing school, like I was touching on earlier. Now I got off of probation. I was a floor nurse at La Casa Villa and just got promoted to management, and then just got hired in the ER at a hospital. I haven't started yet though.
That's great.
Yes.
And Mr. Matthew Stice.
Well, first I want to touch on my parents before I forget.
Okay.
They were super supportive. My mom was always praying and never giving up, and it was going to take a miracle, and that's what happened, a miracle. So she was excited, but still watching to see if, you know, if I was going to maybe go back to my old ways. And then they've been really supportive. My dad is even asking questions now about God, which he never did before. And my brother and sister, it took some time, but they're both like, I went from the black sheep of the family to now, you know, because of God, you know, they're not worried about me anymore. And all my family relationships are good. And she's actually really, really close with my family too. So that's good. And I work now for the New Life Dream Center, the place I interned for. Now I'm the director of the men's home. And also a couple years ago, by some crazy event, I became a home church pastor, which I didn't see that coming. And this is a pastor's wife now. So that'll tell you how powerful God is.
Right on. All right. Is there anything you guys want to close with? For anybody who's paying attention here.
Definitely. I'll close with mine, then you can say yours. I want to say that there is a solution for addiction, and it's through the power of God. And it's crazy because if you keep God at the center and you stay in these three parts, like we're made up of a soul, a spirit, and a body. And if a person who wants to get off drugs and stay off drugs with the help of God, you stay in these three parts. And the three parts are, for your soul, you have to have a daily relationship with God and renew your mind with His Word and look to Him and ask Him for His help to direct your thinking and for His power for that day, each and every day. You have a daily reprieve to keep your spiritual connection with God. For the body piece, you take your physical body to meetings around like-minded people, whether it's Bible study, a good AA meeting, church, a life group, and you're around like-minded people. A little exercise won't hurt either with your body. And then the spirit piece, the best piece, is working with somebody else. So if you work and give back what you've been so freely given, and you're operating in those three parts, it's 100% guaranteed a person will never relapse. And I think that's pretty cool to share.
Awesome.
And then I will say that you are never too far gone. I was like that video, homeless, on the streets, and pregnant. Okay, that's pretty low. And you know, when you arise out of your slumber of addiction, You can carry a lot of guilt and shame around the things that you did in your past, and God will heal you from all of that guilt, all of that shame, if you allow him to. I want to touch on, before we close, that Dominic, the little boy that was in my tummy, went from a high-risk pregnancy to a completely normal pregnancy. He was perfect when he was born, perfect size, nothing was wrong with him. And even growing up, he's so smart, and he's, doesn't have any behavior type issues that, and the devil will always try to throw into you to try to resurface that shame, and that you have been freed from all of that. And God will do that for you too. And this is Dominic. He is 7 years old now, and
healthy. There you go.
So healthy. And he sees that what saved mom and dad?
Jesus.
Yep, Jesus saved mom and dad, and saved you too, right? Yeah.
I'd be dead right now if Jesus didn't save you guys.
Yep.
Praise God. And how could people contact us if they need to get a hold of us in any way, shape, or form? Through Facebook, through our telephone number.
New Life Dream Center.
Yeah, New Life Dream Center. What's it called?
What?
The website. New Life Dream Center website. 925-918-7053.
Wow. He's
That's
blasting
my
it.
number. That's my number. Contact us. And what's your number?
909-247-7979.
All right. Contact us if you know anybody that needs help. We know of places they can go, or you need someone to talk to. All right. Love you.